Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey guys, my name is Melisa Alaba. I am your breakthrough coach, licensed professional counselor, and telehealth group practice. I currently own a group practice with about 10 clinicians. I say about because it's growing every single day. We probably will wind up around 17 or 18 at the end of this year. So I'm super excited about growth. I'm super excited about where our field is going right now. And I'm super excited to talk to you guys about money mindset for freedom today. So let's get into it. So, as a clinician, I love what we do and I love how we support people, right? I also have been practicing as a coach for over 20 years as well, helping other business owners grow and diversify their business offerings. And I love the fact as a coach, I could do my work any and everywhere. And this is what we're stepping into, my friends, for therapists and clinicians. So I want you to just sit back. I'm going to do the same thing and get grounded. What is your deepest desire now? What do you want for yourself and why is this so big for you to be able to travel, for you to be able to have some freedom in your business and your lifestyle right now? So for me, and I'm on this journey with you guys, I am going to be traveling with my daughter 2023, and I'm using this year to prepare. I'm going to share with you a lot of the tools and a lot of the things that I'm doing to mentally prepare, as well as financially prepare, as well as getting my practice and gear so that I can travel. I'm going to be spending 8 weeks in Paris. I'm going to be spending 8 weeks in different parts of Africa. My children are part Nigerian. I'm going to be spending time, probably more than likely, we're going to get over to Thailand and even Spain. And I'm also going to make Florida one of my home bases. So let's just talk about what that looks like for you. What are your deepest desires right now? All right, so let's explore. So before we get into the technical piece, we really need to sit in the exploration piece. What will I do in all these great cities? So I say start exploring now. Start gearing up and getting your lifestyle to a space where you can start to see it, envision it, and doing the things that you need to do with your business so it's possible. So this makes me think of Friends. Yeah, you heard me, Friends, the television show. One of the things I remember years ago watching Friends, and this is when I was a busy bee, always doing something, always, training somebody, taking extra time, coaching my friends, just a busy bee. I would see friends and they were either always at someone's house, like after work, or they were going to a pub, or they were going out to dinner. And I used to say, who has time to do all these things? I have these children, I have my practice, I have all these things, and who has time for this? And I have billing, all of these things. Who has time for all of this? But one of the things that I really had to get steeped in was I had to create this lifestyle of peace, of joy, and of exploration for myself. So one of the things that I, do is I'm a member of the Art Museum, the High, that's in Atlanta. I'm always going to new exhibits. I love going to football games to actually see, the Hawks play, the Falcons. I literally often explore my city, different movies, documentaries, film festivals, plays. And so when I'm getting ready to go to a new city or a new country, right? And of course, there's cities and countries. I'm often have a list of different things that I want to see and do while I'm there. So I have this list of different things I want to see and do while I'm there. I will never forget, I'll just share this one with you guys. The first time I saw the Mona Lisa, oh my gosh, I was so excited. I was standing outside the Louvre. This was a day trip. I literally was on my way to Dubai, and on my way to Dubai, I decided I would stop over for a day, like it was a 12-hour layover. Go to Paris, go to the Louvre, because I'm fancy, go see the Mona Lisa, and then get back on my plane and come home. So I'm at the Louvre. I had been to Paris before, but I traveled with kids, and we didn't get to see all the sights. It's something that's really big for me, is not to try to see everything, but just enjoy the city. So I said, I'll be back. So sure enough, I'm there. We go through all these lines. I will say it took me about an hour and a half to get to see this gorgeous, phenomenal portrait that now was guarded by guards. So I couldn't even get up close. It was a big banister to get to it. And of course, it was guards that were guarding the photo itself. So we took pictures from afar. But when I tell you, it was so exciting because this was something I had studied in school and now was finally able to see. It was like, oh my God, I'm here and I see the Mona Lisa. So what are the things that you want to explore? Is it languages? Currently right now, because Paris is going to be one of our first stops, I too, like I said, am going on a sabbatical and I'm taking my 10-year-old with me. So we're studying our French. Bonjour. And so we're doing that each evening, but anticipating the joy, anticipating the trip and getting ready for it. So that's what I want you guys to do. Whatever city you're going to, even this weekend, I'm traveling. I'll be going to Jacksonville, Florida. And I've already, I want to go downtown this time. I'm going to stay at this particular hotel that's on the riverfront. We're going to probably go to the beach one day because it's not as warm yet. But I'm always thinking, what can I explore? And that makes it fun, right? To think about that before you even get there. Now let's talk about some of the technical stuff and how we're going to really get there in our mind and actually physically get there in real time, and how we're going to make this work for us. So this is what I want to ask yourself. I want you to ask yourself, is my business safe? Now, I know you think that that's a funny question, especially when we're doing mindset work. But I need you guys to get real with yourselves right now. And I need you to think about several things that are going to really help you to be able to make your journey truly your journey. Is my business safe? So, are you seeing your ideal clients? Yes, so important. When you're seeing your ideal clients and your business is set up for one particular type of client or a couple, depending on your niche and your specialties, you literally have systems and processes down to help each client that comes to your door. And when you get done with your clients, you feel energized. Right now, I'm working with new clinicians that onboarded just recently to my practice. And I asked them, how's it going with your clients? And they were quickly able to share with me, this is amazing. I've never been in a space, because they come from community mental health, where I saw the same particular type of client. And I love it. Like, I'm literally seeing all the same clients with the same issues that I want to address. So I feel more energized when I get off the phone because they are my people. So one, are you calling your people in? That's so important, especially when you're traveling, because you're going to want to get out of the hotel, the Airbnb, the RV, however you're traveling, the car, the hostel, whatever the case may be, and actually get in that city and check it out, right? The second thing, are your finances in order? So not just how much you take like hourly, but literally, is your group practice, or if you're in private practice, is it healthy? Like, literally, are you bringing in enough money to take care of yourself so you're not like chasing down payments? You're not having to be on the phone calling different people, wondering when is this coming in, checking your bank account, all these different things. But do you have some diversity within your own business model? Maybe you have a certain amount of cash clients, maybe you have a certain amount of private pay clients, maybe you even have like a coaching program or other funds that you can rely on. That is going to be important, because as you travel, for many people, is my business safe? That question brings up, I don't feel safe. And so for many people, a home and staying in one particular space is because they don't feel safe, like venturing out. And not just mentally safe, but financially safe. So the question comes up, what if something happens? What if something happens and I can't cover this? Or what if something happens and the payment doesn't clear? So you got to be able to do that for yourself. Currently, my business is 80% cash pay or private pay clients. And we literally were going to switch that model. And I thank God he came, and I feel like he just inputted some different circumstances and said, no. And I'm so thankful that we didn't, because it built in several things for us, which I'd be happy to talk to you about later. But that's the question I want you to think about. Is my business safe? Am I seeing the right type of client? Am I creating the income that I need? Now, the third thing around safety is, do I have my stuff in order? So if something were to happen to me, do I have an authorized user on my bank account? Yep. Somebody needs to be able to possibly go to the bank and check out things for you or make some transactions if you weren't able to do that, right? If it's a business account, you're going to need an authorized user. If it's a personal account, you're going to need, I want to say it's a beneficiary or someone like that. But there are forms for each, and your bank can instruct you exactly which ones you need. Do you have your will together, your trust together? And more, I wouldn't say most important, but definitely importantly, is your health plan. So I have a chronic disease. I am a thyroid cancer survivor. And that means I take medication for a chronic disease called thyroid disease. So I take medication every day. So what was really important to me in planning this year-long trip, the sabbatical, is that I come home periodically. And for me, that's going to be every 8 weeks to see my doctor, to run tests if I need them. But I'm also checking out different hospitals, clinics, and I've gotten some referrals in the locations that I'm going to be in, because my medication and making sure I can get my medication and all that stuff, it's going to be important. And just in case of emergency. So in case of emergency, if you had to go to the hospital, do you have appropriate coverage? Where would you go? How much would it cost? Those are type of things that you need to think about if you're going to be traveling long term. Now, of course, if you're stateside, it may not be as much, work that you have to do on the back end, but you do want to make sure that your health care goes from one state to another and figure out what that looks like for you, because that truly is important. So I call this clearing the clutter. So whatever it is that is stopping you, a lot of times it's clutter around finances, it's clutter around stuff you haven't taken care of, and it's clutter that you can easily clear. Now, the third thing that we're going to talk about, actually we have mapping out our plan, but I'm going to make sure I add this before we even jump into mapping out our plan, is I want you to think about physically feeling safe. So this was really big for me, right? Is when I go somewhere, I have to have something that allows me to feel safe in that space, right? And so for you, it may be like a clothing, it may be a blanket, but it may be something that centers you in the space that you're in. So I want you to think about what that is. And I want you to write that out, because that's going to be big. All right, let's talk about mapping out my plan. Where would you like to stay? What does that look like? And I want you just to do some research. Google the places, ask questions of people who live there. What are some of the best places to stay? Come up with a budget and a plan of how you're going to go about traveling and doing the things that you like. You'll find that many of the things that you really desire are not as expensive as you thought that they would be. I remember when I first took my kids abroad, and I thought it was going to be so much more, because we have this in our head, it's going to be all of this. And then I learned how to use my credit cards in a way that brought me points for tickets. I learned how to pick out, tickets and travel in the off season. I learned low cost tickets. I learned how to stay in Airbnbs versus hotels. So in traveling for a year and thinking about what that looks like, I knew for me, I'm a type of person, I feel more safe when I'm in a place for at least 4 to 6 weeks. I don't like to travel and only be, especially overseas, there for 2 weeks, because I like to get grounded, and I do still see clients. I love what I do. So I see therapy clients on Tuesdays, and I do my coaching clients on Thursdays and Fridays. And so it's really important for me to map out a plan and ensuring that I have stuff like internet. I have stuff like a room and a space that's comfortable for me to be able to do what I want to do and get across the points I want to get across with my clients. Also thinking about time zones. So those are the type of things that I want you to think about. Do I have a plan? And if not, let's start mapping out the plan so that you can travel. Finally, I want you guys just to understand you're going to have to step into your most courageous self. Yes, living an extraordinary life is going to require you to make some decisions about freedom that you want and going hard in the paint to get the things that you desire. I know a lot of times when I talk to clients about seeing their ideal client or niching down or leveling off on insurance payments so that they can bring in more cash to your business or bringing in another program. So many fears come up around living an extraordinary life. So many fears about like, I don't have that time, or who can do this, all of these different things. And I want to say to you, just one thing at a time. Pick out one thing that you're going to attack each week and then start to build up to the practice, to the life that you truly desire. When you're in business for yourself, you really do get to be the leader of your business. You really do get to step into your most extraordinary life. And if that life means moving and traveling and having an amazing time, then guess what? That desire is truly for you. So my name is Melisa Alaba. I'm so excited that I got to be a part of this program with you. If you would like to connect with me more, here's my information. You can reach me at melissa@visionworkscoaching.com, and you can also catch me in the Facebook group. I am so excited about all that you're going to do and all that we're doing together. I promise to post my pictures as I travel around the world, and I can't wait to see yours. Bye for now. Bye.